Apple has just sent out invites for the next Apple event, and I'm going to predict everything that they are going to release. I predicted everything 100% correct ever since April 2021. The first product that we will be seeing at this event is the iPhone SE 3rd generation. It is going to retain the same design as the iPhone SE 2nd generation, but things on the inside are going to improve a lot. First of all, we will be getting 5G on the iPhone SE 3rd generation, allowing for faster connectivity. Second, there will be an A15 Bionic processor, allowing for more speed and better camera quality. The last major difference is that we might see cinematic mode on the rear camera of the iPhone SE 3rd generation, which in other words is portrait mode video, and only exclusive to the iPhone 13 series as of right now. The second product that we will be seeing at this event is the iPad Air 5th generation. It is going to have the same design as the iPad Air 4th generation. The only major change in the design is the iPad Air 5th generation will be getting a flash for the rear cameras, allowing for better lighting on the iPad Air. The iPad Air 5th generation is also going to be getting the A15 Bionic processor, allowing for better speed and 5G support on the cellular iPad Airs. The iPad Air is also going to be getting an ultra-wide front-facing camera, which will allow for center stage, as it will give the iPad back a place in the lineup. The third product that we will be seeing is the M2 Macbook Air. A lot of people do not think that we will be getting this according to other sources, and that we are getting an M2 MacBook Pro. I personally do not see Apple doing this, and the theme of this event it seems to be a combination of power and color. The M2 MacBook Air will be getting a complete redesign and will look like a colorful M1 Pro and M1 Max MacBook Pro. It will still be slightly smaller, and unfortunately for the notch haters, it will have a notch. The notch will perform the exact same way as the M1 Pro and M1 Max MacBook Pros, with the notch being out of the way as either a menu bar or nothing if your content is in full screen. The M2 MacBook Pro will also be seeing colors for the first time, and will be very similar to colors to the M1 iMac. However, it will not be getting a mini LED display. It is either going to get an OLED or an LCD display. An LCD is more likely. It will also be the same cost as the M1 MacBook Air, and will start at 8GB of RAM and 256GB of SSD storage. It will also have a 1080p selfie camera. It will also be getting MagSafe 3. The fourth product that we are going to be seeing at this Apple event is the iPad Pro M2. It will not have a massive redesign, and the only difference between the M1 iPad Pro and the M2 iPad Pro is the M2 processor. We are not going to be seeing anything else new except for maybe a software feature, but I do not know if we're going to be getting one if we do. Last but not least, we will be getting an M2 Mac Mini. If you're wondering what has happened to the M1 Pro and M1 Max Mac Mini, at this point it has turned into the M1 Pro. At this point it has turned into the Mac Pro. The Mac Pro will have the M1 Pro and M1 Max chips as the starting processors. Now back to the Mac Mini. It also comes in colors as well, and have the same ports as the M1 Mac Mini except for MagSafe. Thanks for watching to the end, and let me know what you think about any of these Apple devices that Apple will be announcing at this event. Will you pick one up? Let me know in the comments down below.